the Improv. It's so good to be here. I'm an organ donor. Let's get into it, folks. You guys nice? All right, one guy, perfect. The reason I'm asking is because unfortunately not everyone is nice. Sometimes people say hurtful things. I was doing a show recently, and someone came up to me afterwards, and he was like, "Hey man, you look like Ratatouille." Which is a pretty crazy insult, because that's not the name of a character. It's the name of an entire movie, okay? It's like saying you guys look like Brokeback Mountain, okay? A little bit more about me. My name is Noah. It's a biblical name. I'm named after the guy who led the worst carnival cruise of all time. I'm 29 years old. I was a kid for a bit. I didn't like it. I aged out of it. I think this is the worst time in human history to be a child. There's so many scary things happening. There's cyberbullying, kidnappings, school shootings. You guys ever miss the days when like the worst thing that could happen to a kid was just falling down a well? Like those were the days, right? They had to drown the groundwater and the horse and buggies couldn't stop talking about it, but I think it was a simpler time, right? I'd be a chill parent. I'd let my kid experiment with drugs. No wells, okay? I'd let my kid date whoever they wanted. No wells. There's some parents, they set a screen time limit for their kids. I'd set a well time limit for my children. That's 0 minutes around a well. I feel like I'm losing a lot of you guys. Is this too much well material? Whatever. I'll be relatable, I guess. Anyone here ever do online dating? Yeah. That's pretty weird, right? You know what else is weird? Fucking falling down a well. I have been a bit nostalgic about the past. So do you guys remember, like, in elementary school when there was a project where you had to present in front of the class on who your hero was? And it was always like Jackie Robinson or Mother Teresa or the Pope or whatever. And then one kid would get up in front of the class and he'd be like, "My hero is my father." And it was really sweet at the time, but I think now we could all agree that the dads definitely wrote those, right? Like you see a kid get up in front of the class and be like, "My hero's my father. He's so fun and cool," and I think the Second Circuit Court of Pennsylvania made a huge mistake when they said he can only see me the second weekend of every month. And they'd keep going, too. They'd be like, "He's awesome, and his best quality is his patience. After all, he put up our bitch of a mom for 14 years. You're like, "Where did you learn that word?" He's like, "My father. He taught me." You guys working on yourselves? Yeah. No? Hell yeah, dude, me neither. This is the best it's gonna get, okay? I used to work on myself. I did all the working on myself things. I did therapy. I meditated. I practiced mindfulness. No one noticed. I found things I was bad at. I improved on them. Whatever. Like I have an issue where I interrupt conversations. I stopped doing it, and no one said anything. So I had to start interrupting conversations to let people know that I changed. I tried doing the mindfulness thing too. I just go to the park to like breathe or whatever. But then when you do that, you realize your mind goes to crazy places. I was sitting on a park bench and I saw a dog walk by and I started thinking about dogs and how crazy dog breed names are. Like there's a dog called the Chocolate Lab. That doesn't make any sense. That dog is named after the one thing that can kill it, right? That's insane. That's like if they named my grandmother American Spirits. And then I left the park. And what I realized is we do all these things for validation from others, but sometimes what really matters is inside, right? Like, have you guys ever gotten a compliment and you're like, "I didn't need that compliment," right? I was doing a show the other day and someone came up to me afterwards, just like, "I really appreciated how unoffensive your comedy was." And I was like, "Thanks, whore." And I don't want to offend anyone. I do comedy to make people laugh, to make people smile. But I also don't have a vibe where I can get away with edgy material, right? Like, it'd be really confusing if I came out here tonight and I was like, "Fellas, you know what it's like when you're hitting it from the back?" You'd be like, "Do you know what it's like?" When you're hitting it from the back. Hey, you guys have been a blast. I've been Noah Goldstein. Have a good night.